Hello, and welcome to our first official episode of Scary Gory Good, which is a show where I rate a horror movie in three distinct categories to help decide if it's your next watch. So for the first one, I'll be covering the sequel, the new I Know What You Did Last Summer from 2025. In a similar premise to the original film, you've got a group of young people who are involved in a tragic incident that they decide to keep secret to protect themselves, and then one summer later, a haunting note sets off a cascade of events to sort of remind them of the impact of what they were involved in. In terms of scary, I'm going to give this one a scary. It was not chilling. It's not the kind of thing that keeps you up at night, but I think the jump scares are not only prevalent, but I think they're effective. For gory, I'm going to go with bloody on this one, and that's like almost like a tentative bloody. I think there were a couple moments that were a little intense, nothing too crazy, and I do feel like when those intense moments hit, you can anticipate them, but overall, more of a simple kind of slasher vibe. I think the R rating was not so much for the blood itself, but for a lot more that was happening. And then in terms of good, I'm going to give this one a solid good. A lot of really good stuff happening in this movie. You can't really compare sequels. I think there's no real better or worse with sequels than the original because I think they exist to complement each other. But I think this one did a lot of stuff in terms of character development and exploring different ideas around that like simple premise that kicked it off that we didn't really see in the original, which I just rewatched. And also, I would say if you're interested at all in watching this movie based on my review here, I would go check out the original first. I know it's streaming on MGM Plus. You can get a free 7-day trial and watch that. You can rent it on Prime and all that stuff. But I would definitely check it out because it sets up the story really well. It sets up some characters really well. But I think this one stands on its own 2 feet in terms of quality. I think it's as good as the original, if not better in some ways. And I think it's a really strong watch. I think it's fun, but I think it also has some really strong characters. And I just think there's a lot to gain from it. So again, to recap that, we've got scary, we've got bloody, and we've got good.